1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Well, the computer is running better now.
Yay!
I wonder if the driver update was really that big a deal.
Yeah, driver updates are never nice things to just do in the background and hope they work. I just always restart after them because they're messing around with such basic stuff. Apparently we're on stream.
I'm sorry?
We're already live. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't notice we were live.
Laharl and Box returns, yes. Please let this work. Please. It certainly should. Starsector is currently spinning up. Theoretically, it will do so successfully.
One can only hope.
Box Laharl, let's not use that for the name, shall we? It doesn't seem like a great name. Something about it, I don't know.
You can like move into unboxed Laharl.
I don't think being an unboxing streamer would be the most amazing idea, somehow. It just seems like a betrayal of some kind.
Laharl unboxing stream.
What would I even unbox? I've got a pizza box?
The webcam box you're in. The webcam box you're currently in.
Yourself?
Back in box stream wine for everyone.
Stream is just removing the border from your cam. How would I make that take up an entire stream?
Pixel by pixel.
I feel like that would take perhaps
The whole stream, yeah. Do it sensually, absolutely.
sensually.
Hot tub Laharl unboxing stream.
Okay, that I might do. Just because that sounds completely absurd and kind of funny. That's tempting. Slowly expand your box until your entire face fills the screen. Okay, well, Starsector is actually loading this time instead of not responding, so we should be good.
Yay.
It should show up here momentarily. I think. Thank you, Twitch, for telling me that I'm live. You're so helpful. Hey, loading bar. That's how you know it's working.
Yay, loading bar.
Christ. We'll be an hour late at this point, but at least that's okay. Yeah. I hope Nemo didn't have any plans. Yeah, me too.
I cleared my evening. That bar is a different color than I'm used to.
I'm sorry?
That progress bar is a different color than I'm used to.
Oh, I use one of, I don't remember her name, some modder. But there's a modder who does UI overhauls, and it's mostly colors. Kari's minimal UI.
Ah.
And it's actually really cool stuff. Time to stop playing Fallout. Full attention time. Hold on. We don't know that things work yet.
Don't catch chickens too far. Yeah.
Keep playing Fallout until we're sure it works again. I'll plan for an extra 2 hours to bring the popcorn pre-stream show. I hope this is entertaining for somebody.
You're not enjoying yourself?
Going to bed? Okay. The banter makes it entertaining? That's because of Nemo. Nemo's a good boy.
Aw.
You should have seen the reaction when I agreed to like have you around. Okay, I'm gonna stream to you, which I may turn off. We'll see.
Yeah, start with that and see if you have issues, just remove it.
Alright, how smooth is Mr. Paragon?
Butter smooth on my end. Butter smooth? Yeah, sure, why not? Butter smooth. That's now a thing.
Seems good. That's encouraging. Little jittery, not awful. That's something, I guess. Screw this falcon. Who would make such a boring down chip? I know, right?
How's that not dead yet? Come on.
Oh,
because you got double paladins. Jesus, that's why.
I like the paladin, honestly. Especially since it got a buff.
Like, I don't, like, the paladin's fine, I just think there's always a better thing to put in a large energy slot.
I don't personally care for the Paragon much, so I don't know what to do. And of course, now there's a lag spike. Good. I reduced so many settings, why is it still bad?
Drop me first, drop the share, and see how that goes from there.
Okay. Let me just make sure that the settings I originally... Yeah, it still has the settings. Alright, I will attempt... I'll see what happens if I'm not sharing the screen with you.
I'll try not to take it personally.
The thing that's pissing me off about this, that I have streamed my campaign with much bigger battles and much worse stuff perfectly smooth. Many times before. About putting lots of things on the same core? Maybe. I wouldn't know. Doesn't seem much better.
When there's not much stuff happening, it's fine. When, like, massive amounts of impacts and explosions are going. Nah, just there's no stream to me at the moment. It's just actual stream.
That's what's bothering me about this. I've run Starsector much heavier than this. What could possibly be giving me this kind of a problem? No, my actual FPS is fine. Because my computer can handle far worse than this. It's the stream. Are you usually streaming? I used to. It's not even handling basic shit. God damn it. We could try that. It would make this take a while, though. Try muting game audio? I prefer not to if I can help it. Was the driver update for the video card? Yes. According to my little setup here, where it's both rendering lag and encoding lag, which is because I don't know what to do about either of those problems. Is your streaming software still using GPU encoding? I have it using hardware encoding. I could set it to software and see if that changes anything. I suspect it won't. The game was always fine on my end. It's the attempts to stream the game that have been piss. Sanimo zip? Yeah, I might have to.
Working okay to me.
Yeah, it keeps going to kind of smooth and then not smooth anymore. And it's just at an unacceptable level of volatility. It's a little stable now. Let's try this one. Would the game audio have that much of an impact? I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Besides, you're supposed to hear your opponents exploding. It's very important. Worth a shot? I took several shots. I wish I'd taken several shots. That would dull the embarrassment, actually. It looks like it's potentially running a bit more smoothly now. I don't know how much I trust that.
It'll be when I reload into the 600 DP match.
No, it's not.
That'll be the test.
No, it's not. I cannot emphasize enough that I have successfully streamed this game in much more scenarios perfectly smoothly, so I don't understand why it's doing this. There's something I'm missing, and it's probably obvious. The tournament is shy. For all I know. What am I missing? What am I missing? Was that... It was 091. Are you running the game in full screen? No. Generally, I find the game runs a little worse in full screen. I could try full screen. That was the older version of Starsector, yes, but I copied over my settings. If you don't tab out like ever, which I have to for the contest. I wonder... wonder if this would fix it at all. Probably not, but I'm going to try.
That is way smoother. That is way smoother. Jumpy here and there.
Yes, it does have sufficient RAM allocated, Howler. That doesn't seem appreciably better. Still seems like it's pretty inconsistent. Yeah, I guess I'll check the task manager. I've got like 2 things open, for fuck's sake. Between streams, Laharl reinstalls Windows. Laharl just might. Thank you, NC. Don't quit until the stream is indistinguishable from Doom. That seems like a bad idea. It does seem good, NC, which makes me very suspicious. Why is it behaving? I didn't change anything yet. All I did was open the task manager.
It's behaving now. It's like it knows. You're gonna punish me. Please don't punish me.
What changed?
It knows punishment isn't coming.
Am I still streaming to you? I'm not. I think the bottleneck is my CPU, but I don't understand why it's got so much on it. There's just like a million randomized programs. Unfortunately, the ones that are taking up the most of the things I need to be open. I would almost believe that, NC. It seems to happen sometimes. Barrack, no, not now.
Yes, Merrick, right now.
If having task manager fixes it, I would run a scan, huh? I'd rather not do that right now, but at the same time, you have a point. Pardon me while I just check my firewalls. Yeah, they're fine. Turns out you were mining Bitcoin for somebody this whole time. If this computer was strong enough to mine Bitcoin, I'd be mining my own fucking Bitcoin. Alright. What's the biggest mission I can make you run that isn't the tournament? Ooh, that'll do. Ah, the expected result. This might actually be more intensive than the tournament, so I'm going to be interested to see if this runs.
The task manager open.
Yeah, task manager's open. Why is there a station? I guess that was part of the deploy. It's certainly better, which is curious.
Give it a whirl, maybe, see how it works out.
CPU. What can I do to reduce the load on the CPU? Is that a... Yes, it's a pizza blanket. Everybody needs one. Right.
Pizza.
Task manager, please stop moving that around. I'm trying to right-click it! I know Firefox slurps a lot. It's better than having Chrome on, though. Is Firefox necessary? I really should try and get a more minimalist browser, shouldn't I? One of these days.
Just get like Notepad++ and just start to download the raw HTML from every site you go to.
Something like that, yes.
Live.
Alright. I can close some of this stuff, probably. Auto tab discarder. What does that do? Return to Internet Explorer? No. Unloads tabs that aren't in... Oh. I've only got like a very few tabs open, and they're the ones I'm using. Alright. Maybe just restart? I just restarted! Well, that looks better.
Yep, it does.
I mean, that's an awful lot of missiles. I didn't do anything. You remember how I said that prior with streaming with this game, it has a tendency to lag really badly for the first one, maybe two battles, and then smooths out? Maybe I should have just waited for it to do that. Quick start the train before it has a choking, and here's the question. Do I dare try to stream it to Nemo?
Do the first match without, see how it goes. If it's stable for the first match, give it a shot.
Alright, it's hiccuping a little. Just have him watch the stream. I assume he's doing that.
Yep. I can't live commentate the stream, but I can definitely react to what's happening. People want me to go, oh my god, what did you do? I can do that.
It's still having the occasional hiccup. Also recommend a clean install. I'm going to be doing a few things after today. Changing how to stream. What do you mean, Otters? Alright, let's attempt the first match at least. I'm not going to go over the fleets again. We know who these people are. Can Nemo do the streaming? Theoretically, yes. Use a different bitrate. I did. It is lagging.
The thing is, I'm not convinced it'll be better on my end. That's the only issue.
I don't know if that's good enough.
There's so many things flying around.
It's... You can kind of keep track of what's going on, at least. This match was designed to lag things, though, yes. So if this works... If this is watchable, at minimum, this match, then we're okay. And CPU is the answer to your question. Which makes sense. Because
your CPU is the bottleneck for Starsector.
yes, I would rather the VOD not look like this, but I may not have a choice. Remove your can and all one screen see. I can remove my can. Nobody needs to see my face. Does it? That does seem like an improvement. Ish. Uninstall your mouse cursor. Let's not go that far. Okay, so my face just needed to disappear. That's okay. I'm not particularly proud of the face in question. Okay, now it's watchable. Alright, let's go back to actually talking about the tournament. These are Tilt's and Lightning's fleets. Tilt's is the fleet that we've got here, which is a missile spam fleet. Lightning's is the fleet up here, which is something hegemony, I don't know. The wall ship is good. The Doberman is one of my favorite ships, flat out. But so is the Renegade, in fairness, so I don't really have a favorite in this match. As much as I like Twitch in the stream, remove that too. Listen, if somebody comes up with a good Twitch alternative, you let me know.
No, I think they meant Twitch chat.
Oh! Fuck, yeah, I can do that. Which of these buttons is it? It's this button. Okay. I could attempt to stream it to Nemo, but let's see if the first match is smooth now. Certainly seems to be. Why didn't I think of the video?
Also, the more you zoom out, the worse it's gonna get.
Oh, I know. I did that intentionally. Just to see. I like the chat and replays. Nah, no, you're right. I prefer the chat there. I'm willing to put up with whatever that does. We can go over other options to increase performance. Yeah, Otters, I'm going to be probably talking to you a bit. I'm going to try and make sure this is an issue going forward. I don't mind if there's no me face. Having said that, Pure Tilt has not lost a single ship. Lightning has lost a quarter of her fleet. Mostly frigates.
We were concerned before whether the reliance in missiles would have been a problem, but it does not look like that's the case.
Downscale the webcam resolution. Good idea.
Just 1 pixel. All you need is 1 pixel. What did the wall just do? Everyone.
That's called Grand Salvo. So if I zoom in, you see these caution striped things here in the back?
I remember. Yes, I remember. I remember seeing them. They all pull out like one big gun and fire for loads.
Yeah, the Doberman has 4 of them. It's great.
Explains that.
Yeah, while Lightning didn't have a bad fleet, I think the missile pressure from Tilt was too much.
Will there be, between rounds, will there be any, not during the first round robbery, but between like round 1 or 2, will there be any fleet tweaking allowed?
Probably not, but that is something that I can decide later. We have to get through the first round at least.
Yeah, true.
I thought it ramped up the existing guns. No. It's much cooler.
Yeah, it just pulls out a minigun out of nowhere and just loads it.
Pure Tilt might get away without losing a single ship here.
Ooh, is it going to be Shame? Is it going to be Shame for Lightning?
That would be a bit of a sad way to start.
It would be a sad way to start.
There goes the Renegade.
No, it's not Shame. It's not Shame. A Spade Mark II went down. It is not Shame.
The Spade Mark II counts for so little that it still has 100% remaining.
Technically not Shame. It is.
That is the most technical not Shame ever.
It's still above 99.5% DP still remains.
A Spade is worth, I think, 1. That's not a joke. I think it's worth 1.
That is amazing. That is actually amazing. That is that is worse than an actual Shame, I think. Is that you managed to kill something, but it was so worthless that it didn't actually change the score.
Ione, you came in after the hour and a half worth of technical difficulties.
Stole the snacks. I want my snacks, thank you very much.
Well, the pregame fleet look at happened in the replay for this match. Fuck, I did that before the technicals. Oh boy.
Two spades died, so technically they're at 99%. So it is not a Shame.
Okay. Part of the score is based on audience vote, though. It's between 1 to 10 for each fleet based on how entertaining they were. So what would you say, Nemo?
I couldn't really get a good look into Lightning's fleet. But I'm a huge fan of missile spam. I am always a huge fan of missile spam. Missile spam is always fun to look at, and that looked really nice as well.
That's true. Where is...
Tilt did name their fleet 0 SPS and got what they wanted, so...
This match was kind of wasted due to the technical... Yeah, I do feel bad about that. Considering how much of a mess everything has been so far, I might figure out the subjective scores later, watching it back. It's meant to be a subjective score between myself, co-host, and generally what the audience thinks is the idea. But I might just do away with subjective score altogether because there's been enough problems. Alright, let me record the result.
Are these actually like are there points to be earned, or is it just?
Oh no, there are points to be earned.
Okay, is it just like win loss stuff?
Yeah. And since that was a win for Tilt, I still have the thing open. So everybody who voted on Tilt gets their lobsters.
50% of all bets. Wow, that was a perfect 50-50.
Okay, let's actually continue on with the tournaments. For fuck's sake.
Here we go. An hour and a half later, match 2.
The second match is pure Tilt again. But this time versus Warrior. Don't let beams be dreams, so guess what he did? We have here a Paragon with high-intensity lasers, gravitons, tacticals, and tachyons. Also Ipdai.
Okay. Okay.
A Spire with Kanjali fighters, which have a sort of miniature plasma cannon and IR pulse lasers.
Okay.
As well as a Locust, gravitons, tacticals, and tachyons. We have a Singular Beholder with Zyphosis and gravitons, tacticals, you get the idea.
Yep.
The Equality, which is from a very recent mod called High Tech Expansion. The Equality is, well, as you can see, 6 large hardpoints. Turrets, rather.
Yeah, but...
Originally, it was a broadsider, but he couldn't get the A to work, so now what it does is it has 3 different systems, basically. The system toggle switches between these. One is fast, one is long range, and one is fortress shield, more or less.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Is what it does. It has heavy ballistics integration for energy weapons, and it gets a little thing that the more flex it has, the more damage it gets.
Way back.
No, sorry, not damage, range.
Okay.
And the kneecappers here, what these do is they split when they get close into little minelets that do EMP zaps. And they're very cool, in my opinion. And then a single Skola, which is basically just a little EMP zap you away.
How's it going to do with point defense? That's the big question here, I think. IPDAI is going to help out, but I saw there's some paladins on the spires. What are they called again? The new ones.
Yeah. Let me set up the bed thing. The thing is, with lots of IPDI and lots of tactical lasers, it's a very tall fleet.
Depending on how long it takes to kill a missile, IPDI tactical lasers usually takes too far, because at long range, the beam takes time to travel that distance. So tac lasers, yeah, I don't think tac lasers and IPDAI work that well together, because I don't think tac lasers work that well for point defense. Because the beam takes a long time to stretch that far, especially on a Paragon that has such a long range, that the beams will take a long time to stretch there, and then the second they kill their target immediately, they'll immediately decrease back down to 0 and have to stretch all the way out again. It takes a while.
That's true, and they're mostly relying on tactical lasers. There are some burst PDs, but they're mostly off to the side or aiming backwards.
Yeah, and the qualities have paladins, I think. Is it the quality? Are they the qualities?
Yeah, paladin PD systems, but again, facing backwards.
Yeah.
And then we have already looked at Tilt's fleet. We know that this is just tons of Nixus launchers and the Doberman to act as a wall. The thing about the Doberman... See, with all those little ships, there's a chance that with all the long-range beams here, they can quickly pick off lots of the fleet. And with every ship they pick off, that's that many fewer Nixuses firing at them, right?
Yeah.
But then again, I said something similar about Lightning's fleet, and I was wrong.
I think Lightning's fleet, it didn't seem that Lightning's fleet got into range to fire a lot of the weapons, whereas I think you can't really outrange a Paragon.
That's true,
Paragons
it is
will
difficult to
definitely-
outrange a Paragon.
The Paragons will definitely be opening fire very, very easily. I'm not sure what the ranges are on the equalities, but again, tachyon lenses have base high range anyway.
Yeah. The bets are in Tilt's favor about 2 to 3. 2 out of 2/3, I should say. I don't know how you say that in bet talk. Odds are 2 to 1? 3 to 1? I don't know.
There's like 2 to 1 on and 3 to 1 against. 2 to 1 against. I can never remember what way it goes though.
Yeah, I can't either.
There's also the you should have access to predictions, shouldn't you?
I'm sorry?
You should have access to Twitch channel predictions. You can do that in your Twitch channel using Twitch channel points as currency.
Oh, right, channel. The problem is that there's so many ways to get channel points. I wanted this to be a little more controlled.
Fair enough. I'm just like, I wasn't sure if you were
No,
aware of
I
this.
did think of that. I tried to come up with a more elegant system. I even talked to somebody about potentially coding a custom plugin, but this is what we ended up with.
Yeah, fair enough. No, absolutely. Yeah, it works.
Alright.
If it works, it works.
Tilt does have
Right.
armor and numbers and missile spam, and most of the bet pool. But let's see how this actually runs.
Can the Paragons start popping small fry, basically?
Yeah. I mean, this one Enforcer is rather overeager.
I love it. I love it when a ship just goes like, you know what? I'm gonna solo the enemy team.
And the
Hang on.
equality is on it.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 of them. It's already half flux. Missiles coming out again. Will we get a chance to fire again?
And the equality immediately takes half its hull in damage because it didn't shield the incoming missiles.
Yeah, well, fine. I guess, I have no idea. Yeah, you said they were fragmentation missiles, basically?
Energy, I think.
Okay.
Nope, that equality's dead. Which is bad, because there's not very many ships in this fleet.
Inside.
The problem is that while they can outrange these ships and potentially get kills, there also aren't that many targets, so...
It's focus fire, yeah. I do like the effects of the Nixus on the shields, though. That looks really cool.
It is really pretty. At least kill one of the spades, please.
Fire. It hits there.
Up, they killed one of the buffaloes.
Yep.
That's a fair few Nixuses removed. The spire's down, though. And none of the remaining ships have flux to spare.
Yeah.
No, that's another win for Tilt, I believe.
You see what I mean about the point defense tactical lasers? They don't get to do anything. Because the second they reach out to target a missile, they die. They tend to over-focus as well. Because of the massive range, they'll tend to target the same missile.
A spade somewhere died.
It's not shame of Buffalo Death, it's at 98%. What's the range on the Nixus, by the way?
Ow, double Paragon kill. 3,000?
That's quite far.
I'll have to check.
Yeah, one Paragon just killed the other with the explosion as well. 2,500, that's much as And there goes the equality.
Oh, the Skola was still alive.
Oh, bless it.
Well. So were my missile spam rules not harsh enough? Do I need to be even worse next time? I'll do it.
You see, I know you were mentioning the missile spam rules before we started on stream, and the second we introduced like tilt speed, I was like, excuse me, what?
Tilt is the one who decided to defy it as hard as possible. Which is working for him so far. How many buffaloes does Tilt have? Just the 4, which is the limit. Tilt's fleet is illegal? Buffalo Mark XIV. If it's illegal, that's my fault because I'm the one who validated it.
Ooh, is it on the whitelist?
Ah, no, I see what went wrong. I limited the normal Buffalo Mark II. The Buffalo Mark XIV just has a DP increase. That might be an oversight on my part, but it's technically within the rules. Even if it is probably an oversight on my part. Was there something different about the XIV that made me do that, or am I just an idiot? Probably an oversight. Okay, well, technically legal. The range on them, though, is 2,500 now.
Or 10th. Oh, right, never mind. I was like, hang on, that's not a that's not a vanilla ship. Never mind.
No.
I bring this 20,000 group at Buffalo, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, it's normal.
Alright. That's something that I have to consider for later, then. In the meantime, though, the next battle, it does not involve Tilt.
Yep, UE versus Donation.
Yui is the author of Low Tech Armada, which was used in this tournament. So she's entering basically to show people how it's used.
Yeah. Yui was in chat earlier. Is Yui still around?
Hopefully. So Yui is also responsible for the Nexus launcher.
Ah.
As well as the Nixie line of cannons, which are sort of a halfway point defense, halfway actual gun, that are really nice actually. We also have the Chihuahua from ED, boasting the Fire Lance, which I like. This is the thing that creates illusions of itself. This is that thing that spits out corvettes. This was also one of her ships.
I'm looking forward to that. Because who had that? Lightning had that
Yeah.
fleet, but I don't think we never really got to see it. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
And it's got the missile reloading Terrier drones on the core ship here.
Okay, they act as missile rate of fire boosters or something while they're alive.
They reload limited missiles.
Ah,
The Clio, which is it's that tiny ship that has a buff field.
buff fields are scary things.
The Colatlis. This is a ship with a ramming system. A very heavy ramming system. It's one of Yui's favorites just because of it can smack a Paragon very far away.
Punk.
The Mitigator, which has a similar system and heavy armament and many, many Reapers. Which
I've seen more.
I can't wait to see. And then the E.D. Gronendale carrier, which is carrying a bunch of the Maltese hull repair drones, the Papillon bombers, some Needlers, and many, many Dust and Reaper missiles. Essentially, what we have here is ramming and strike power, and then some distractions. And they are all named after the Kong crew. Cranky, Henry, Diddy, Diddly, Diddery, Didottery, Dixie, Charles, Donkey, Danky Clang, and Funky Kong.
Absolutely, of course.
And then Donation Box, with his fleet gonna lose first round. We have the Condor, with a couple of longbow bombers and a salamander.
I understand those things.
A Doom with a big pile of blacksmith missiles, Reaper, and lightning guns. The blacksmith missiles are sort of like harpoons, except they get close and then fire a lance at the enemy. Not as damaging, but you get more of them.
Okay.
A Monitor to tank shots. Some more with Chihuahuas, named Distraction Fairies.
Monitor.
Rosin Ritters allowed, yes. Albeit with some DP increases on the ships. We have a Paragon with auto pulses, IR pulses, Needlers, and Tachyons, and some little Reapers here, because they're adorable.
Oh.
And then the Apatsud XX, which is Yui's Dreadnought. Core module has twin thermal pulse cannons, Gauss cannon, systems overdrive, which is sort of like bird drive, but better. The module back here isn't anything too special, except it has fast missile racks and a couple Nexus launchers. The other rear module is similar. This is the main weapons module, which has a Baylor smart gun, a hypervelocity cannon, which is 2 hypervelocity drivers basically, and a Mark 9. And the carrier side, which has Zyphos support fighters and a Hurricane, among a few other things like a Pendragon.
Ah.
And then we have some HMI Junkers, starting with the Creep, which has been safety overridden and given assault chain guns and FA machine gun, because why wouldn't you? The Cockroach, which has been basically the same thing done to it. And some Roach Kings, which are also safety overridden, with a Hellbore, among the usual assault chain guns and heavy machine guns.
That is some DACA, I approve.
They're not all named Apatsud, several of them were given nicknames. She already got a lot of flack for that though, so be nice. So, Yui has like a very direct strategy. Donation went for a more general feel, but Donation already also fit out the fleet rather well, so I don't actually know who will win this one.
Yes, I've not seen either of these fleets yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
Yeah, let me set the bet. Yes, I'm keeping track of points, although I forgot the last result, didn't I? Okay, I'll have to go back and do that.
It was Buffalo and Spade, I think.
And a spade, I think, yes. start that. How much have I missed so far? Almost nothing. Because of technical difficulties that lasted forever. How painful would it be, Nemo, if it had just been my webcam that entire time?
It would have been. I don't know. Yes, I mean it would have been. It would have been typical. The second round was Tilt versus Warrior.
Yeah.
And arguably, again, it was the tallness. It was wide going against tall. Unless tall manages to narrow the wide quickly, wide wins.
Yep.
That's like normal, I think.
Tilt spent a lot of time making that fleet as abusive as he could. I don't want to be too mad, but at the same time, I'm a little mad.
There's always one. There's always one.
Yeah, I just hope that it's not completely dominant as we go.
Well, you are running this tournament. You have the power.
Technically, but the power was before when I made the rules.
Eh.
Your idea worked fine, Warrior. They were just very wide and very... Like, your ships didn't have much chance to do anything with how badly it was suppressed by Nixuses. I shall fight evil with evil. Yeah, Tilt was not the only one to go with that strategy. Nobody did the exact same thing, of course. Alright.
Here we go.
Now, Yui's fleet is a bit smaller in terms of numbers. Just a bit. They've both gone for a very similar thing where they have a couple of, like, prominent capitals and then some escorts.
I want to see the frigate deployment from the there we go.
Like that?
Yeah.
It's neato, and I think they're even capable of technically reloading, but it takes forever.
You can reload them. Wow.
I don't remember if Yui decided to disable that particular thing or not.
Ooh, hang on. One's about to go down.
Yeah,
Yep,
one of the
one
shunters.
left. Got hit by a nasty Reaper. Diddley Kong is down.
Yep.
So is Blue. Halfway drone.
Oh, the Atlas is about to ram the Paragon, I think. Nope, the Mitigator is. Bye!
Honk. Goodbye. Whoa.
The
that is
Gronandale
one hell of a
rescued
shove.
something.
That is one hell of a shove.
Yep. Fortunately, the XX is now right in the Gronandale's face, which the Gronandale is more of a carrier than a proper battleship,
Bye.
and will very quickly die.
This is fine.
Yep, that's it for the Gronandale. That's not a good loss to take that early. Which makes it kind of sad, because Yui is losing to her own Dreadnought if this keeps up.
That ram did my soul good to see that. That was a good ram.
Yeah, I really like Yui's ramming ships. They're a lot of fun to watch. And the safety overridden junkers are helping.
The drone down.
That's another shunter down. Or Dedu Recon. Which mod is Yui's? Low-Tech Armada.
Was that a defensive heat? It was actually trying to ram something. No, it was actually trying to ram something. It was out of range.
The mitigators are still alive for now, just because they have some decent mobility, but at this point they're the only major threats left, so that's not going to last much longer.
Leo's down.
The Calatlas is still alive somehow. I think it rammed the Paragon all the way up there.
Yep. And now it's turned around.
This mitigator is in the X-axis face, so that's probably the end.
Ram it!
Yeah, it's pointed the wrong way. Shame incoming? Unfortunately, it looks like it.
Does look like there's a case.
Cool Atlas got taken out. So all that's really left is this mitigator, which hasn't been doing anything. Oh, it's distracted by the monitor. That's a good thing to be.
Monitor's doing his work. Can't complain, really. Another shunter down. Another shunter down.
Oh, it's going to ram the monitor and murder a condor. Not a shame.
That is a lot of Reapers for Condor's face. Shield down, and then... and the dude is just there going, hi, I've got mines and bombs and Reapers.
In the last possible thing that mitigator could have done, it prevented the shame.
If I do nothing
Oh,
else
is it
today,
going to
I'll
kill the
end
other
the
condor before it dies?
Oh, overloaded it.
No, it's not.
Is that a Reapers?
It took out... It took out the dude with a sympathetic explosion.
Nice. That is a huge chunk of DP there. It's not even it's shame. It's 85%.
Yeah, that's actually kind of a stab in donation score. The Doom is not cheap. There's a couple of lampreys left. That is like a spiteful chunk taken out of donation score.
Yep, that was a bit beastly. They left alive?
Wow, okay.
Oh.
45 DP removed. From what we thought was going to be a shame.
Yeah. That one mitigator did work.
I can't deny it. Also, I'm sorry, I didn't take any time to appreciate Donation Box's name. Legal Sabo Dispenser, Sabo. White Face is my shield, Distraction Fairies powered by love, the Crimson Slasher, the other Crimson Slasher, dies in seconds, insert memes here, Derelict Contingent is Expendable Nugget, I'm Invincible Nanomachine Son.
Nanomachine Son, there's always a Nanomachine Son somewhere.
Yep. In this case, donation took slightly over half of people's bets, and indeed won. So far people are guessing correctly. The next one we have on our roster is Yui versus Tilt. So...
No, it might work out.
I have a feeling I know which way people are going to bet on this one. So we've already seen these two fleets. We already know what they're both capable of. I will say though, because Yui's, like, these three have ramming systems, that might have a mitigating effect on them being suppressed by all the Nixus launchers. Because, like, for example, if they knock away the Doberman, most of these ships don't have armament besides missiles.
Yeah.
And the Doberman really is like the anchor. Having said that, I don't think my speculations are going to prevent Tilt from taking, 85% of the pool. 90%.
Okay, hang on. I'll put a flutter on Yui because in case Yui wins, I make a mountain.
Oh my!
That's what you do.
Oh no, Yui now has 20%. So there is some hope. At this point, though, Tilt does retain the highest score. We've only been through a few matches so far, so that's not saying much, but... Alright, let's get started.
Yep.
Bits are almost over. The best way this could go for Yui is if she rams in and unloads Reapers into vulnerable ships.
Just takes out the turbo one as well, would be beneficial.
The Shunters and Lampreys here might at least provide distraction, as should the Chihuahuas. I say, as one of the Lampreys gets hit by a Pomeranian mine and almost dies. Plus, Yui is using the Nyx's missiles herself as well.
Drone down.
Couple drones down. Not surprising, considering they charge in. The Doberman already using its Grand Salvo for some reason.
Yeah, early use of that salvo. Mitigator kind of eyeing up the Doberman there.
Mitigator is charging to ram an Enforcer,
Right beside the Doberman.
and is now in the middle of the enemy fleet without having made much of an impact,
And hurricanes on all sides.
which will not end well. But I'm willing to bet the Groenendale is going to swap with it. Yep, here it comes.
I do like that swapping ability. It is
Yep.
so cool.
It is really neat. And for a little while after the swap, the shields are just completely insane, which is why the Groenendale was able to survive that.
Well, surviving the 4 Reapers that came from the other mitigator, yeah.
Yep. The Kalalis just rammed the
there you go.
Mitigator for some reason.
There you go. There's a lot of the blue on blue on you want. That's the,
Yep. Slightly disappointing amount of blue on blue there. Oh, that poor Pomeranian. It survived that. Something got in the way of the Reapers. Oh.
How is that alive?
It does not deserve to be alive. Something got in the way.
Okay.
No, unfortunately, this didn't go the way that Yui could have really used it. This mitigator over here is still alive, but I don't think it'll manage to do very much. Aw, near miss with that Reaper.
Yeah. Left now. The Shunters and the mitigator there.
Can we disqualify Tilt? It was technically legal due to a mistake on my part, so I'm not sure. It wouldn't be fair of me, is the problem.
Just waiting for the inquiry to happen now, like the international independent.
Oh, a
tournament.
spade died. That's okay
Permission.
then.
That's fine now.
3 Reapers to break that Buffalo Shields was excessive.
Oh, so many missiles.
It just disappeared. Is there anything left? Yes, a lamprey. Not anymore. If we do a refit for round 2, I'm forcing Tilt to change his fleet because that should have been limited. The thing is, even with the Buffaloes removed, it's not going to change very much. Because he did a good job of making this very suppressive. Tiltashi? I did not know. Hello, Lamprey. You have no hole left.
It's fine. Killed by Salamander, go on.
Alright, well, he lost his spades again. So I'll record that result. And the bet. And moving on, and hopefully not seeing Tilt again. The problem is I slightly front-loaded Tilt's matches because he said that due to time zone that would be ideal for him, so we're probably going to see Tilt a few more times here. Alright.
For the first half, there are 4 more Tilt matches.
Yeah. Next fleet's something new, though, at least. There we go. Alien Space Kappa versus Donation Box. Let me set the thing. So, ASK is the other one who, in my opinion, went for a very interesting kind of fleet. We have here the Leon Berger phase battleship, right? Elbor,
Yep.
Ardent. But he went with a hull mod that takes the phase coils and turns them basically into damper field. It can't go into phase space anymore. Instead, it damper fields.
Okay.
The Duke, which is sort of a Doom alternative. It's got mine layers and a big shockwave system. And it does have the mine strike system. Loud barks, yes. It is, yes, it's now a shieldless damper ship is what it is. The Octobers, which have a strategic missile similar-ish to a Reaper, and have been left as a normal phase ship. And then the Lurker. What this thing does is a sort of a glitchy phase teleport that can hurt friendlies and itself, for that matter. And has been given a thing that prevents the phasing and turns it into time acceleration.
Of course it does.
And then a single afflictor, because why not?
Hmm.
So, technically a phase fleet, except for about half of them the phase has been removed and replaced with something else.
The Lurkers at least have a lot of point defense.
They do, they do. So, I tested all of these fleets, not against each other, because that would be spoilers, technically, even though nobody else would see. But, how long is this stream going to be? I don't know. I genuinely... We lost an hour and a half to technical difficulties, I don't know.
You could do the first 14, it's like half of the first round.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get that far. This fleet, when I put it through test, was one of the most weird-arse things I have ever watched. So I don't know... The problem is, I have never seen something quite like this, so I have no idea how it's going to match up to other fleets. I'm really interested to find out, though.
So the more we do, because these, like, I think, hang on, so I think this is the last of the fleets that we have. No, we haven't seen the Metal Rams fleet yet. But once we see all the fleets, it'll be the way less time between fights.
Yeah, we haven't seen Metal and Ramirez. We haven't seen Astral Tor either.
That's true, yeah. There are 2 more fleets just to look at, which is the...
Oh, I'm sorry. Alien Space Kappa has a description for his fleet. I completely forgot about the descriptions. Hold on. Let me pull it up. It's in here somewhere. Because I shouldn't have forgotten that. Some people spent a lot of time on those descriptions. That no doubt contain nothing but memes. Alright, ASK's was... fleet number 60. So, ASK's description is as follows. In martial desperation, I struck a bargain with the ancient things that surfaced in search of sacrifice when the stars were right. Their price was the delivery of an obscure spacecraft and one other item of more troubling portent. The pact struck my newfound accomplices slipped silently beneath the skin of reality. A fearful stirring at the edge of starlight betrayed a familiar witness and gifted me with malign inspiration. So basically his fleet is Lovecraft. Let's just go with that. It makes as much sense as anything else. The bets are in ASK's favor. Let's see how that runs. How it works out. Lurkers teleported to the center.
And hit themselves? Hit each other, I think?
Yep.
And turning on the time acceleration on and off as well.
Yep.
Teleporting.
A couple of the Chihuahuas are already dead. The Leonberger system is a magnetic yank ability, which is why that ship just got thrown into the forefront and killed. That's a cockroach down. That lurker should not be in front of the dreadnought. The Afflictor's dead. The lurker teleported.
Behind.
The Paragon's getting bullied.
Burger taking some hull damage.
As you can see, ASK's fleet is just kind of running all over the place, which allows them to more easily victimize the smaller ships. And the Paragon's just getting yanked and pushed around a lot.
Ooh, that was not the best of
Leonberger takes a face full of auto-pulse laser, ow. But the Paragon gets killed because it dropped its shield for some reason. It had flux.
Yeah, so it means we've got a potential match here.
The Dreadnought has dealt a lot of damage to everything to come at it so far, but it doesn't have shields to protect its flanks, which is going to be a sticking point here soon. Yep, there goes one of the modules. Took out the Duke, though.
Yeah, Duke's down, Cockroach down. Ooh, that was the hangar module as well.
Yep. Don't know why you walked in front of the thermal pulse cannons there, Leonberger. Now the lurker's doing it. And the Leonberger dies because it cuddled the Apatsid.
As you do. As you do.
So, ASK's interesting...
Oh my god, a monitor actually died.
Interesting phase screwery did work in his favor, although due to losing the Leonberger, that is actually a lot of DP lost. 6, 7, 8, 87 plus 8 is 95? 95 DP lost?
Yep.
So, about a third of his DP, but still a win. Ah yes, and I need to actually... There, ASK wins. The next fleet is Tilt again. But, this time against Astral Tor. Per Aspera ad Aspera. Astral Tor went with a phase fleet, which may not work well against missile suppression, but let's look at it anyway. A Doom with a bunch of AMBs, Needlers, and Typhoons. A Harbinger with phase lances and a Mazoa plasma gun, which is sort of like a plasma cannon. A Leonberger, this time a normal one, with Reapers and these massive R shield breakers. I want you to imagine the biggest shotgun you can think of.
Blackrock Iron Weavers.
That's true. Those are good, but this one might kick that out for you. We have the Aristeas here, which is the ability to overload ships and is using an explosive beam and has a Reaper up its arse for some reason.
Why wouldn't you?
And this one has a trebuchet instead. Both are using the Zyphos, and then we have the Phase Paragon.
Hey, if it fits, it sits, yeah?
This one is also using one of those things that prevents the ship from phasing and turns it into time acceleration, so this is essentially an attempt to use the Phase Paragon close to like an actual Paragon.
Okay.
Using the Hogglesturm, which is a kinetic minigun, sort of, and a plasma lens projector, which is actually really cool. It fires this single slow projectile that if it hits, rips through the entire hull lengthways. Two of those and some Chihuahuas, because why not? Also a single Spade Mark II. This is the only part of the fleet that isn't phase and it just has a flamethrower on it.
Of course.
Also, I was told that he was very insistent that the phase guns were supposed to have a single ordnance point left. I don't know why, but there you go.
Phase Spade win.
So, this will be a question of whether phase wins against missile spam, really. Maybe Phase Spade can be something that I convince Veyra to do in honor of this fleet, if it does well. I'm guessing that bets are going to be in Tilt's favor. But in fairness...
I see bets to Straltor.
I do too. I do think Astraltor has a good strategy here. I'm not sure how well it will work, is all. And the phase cons can't actually phase. They can accelerate. The bets are actually like 50-50. Which I find surprising. I expected it to be kind of in Tilt's favor. Actually, the bets are in Astraltor's favor.
Oh!
Not by much. Okay. Not by much, but they are.
Yeah, I'm wondering again, because we kept talking about, like, if you start deleting ships from Tilt's side, what happens? And that's what the phase ships are supposed to be doing here. I mean, that Doom can do a lot of deleting.
That's true. The Mind Strike, there's very little point defense throughout Tilt's fleet. I have to support my fellow phase heretic. Tilt has turned into the heel of the tournament to use wrestling turns. He has. He has. What'll be really interesting is if... Because I had to separate people into two different rings. What if all the fleets that could have done well against Tilt are in the other ring?
Well, it happens.
Alright, the bets are actually in Astraltor's favor. Let's see how this runs. Look at how quick those phase paragons move with the acceleration if they want to.
Whee.
Watching time acceleration makes me nervous because I think I'm hitting this fast forward button.
Fast 40 time acceleration makes it even worse.
Gonna yank the Enforcer. Nope, not gonna yank the Enforcer. Oh. Dead Enforcer.
Yep, absolutely.
Leonberger is going on a killing spree over here.
It needs to.
Let's hope that works out for it. I have to zoom in a bit because there's so much going on. Both phase paragons seem to be in good shape. A Chihuahua did die.
Second Chihuahua, third Chihuahua.
The Spade ran its face into something and died. Harbinger down, Aristeas down, Harbinger down.
Oh wow.
Leonberger has no flux, which is not good.
And
it screwed up that Spectre, though. Whoa! Okay, have fun with that.
Go! Go, City, go! Yes!
The Leonberger is unfortunately getting suppressed pretty hard.
Yeah, it had a moment to back away to phase away and see if it could get some force back, but it did. It phased in instead.
Yep.
And that's got it killed.
The other Aristeas is down. The Leonberger is effectively dead. That's one for the highlight reel. Yeah, Spinny Spectre is pretty great.
Leonberger goes down.
Phasagons are taking damage, this one especially. The Doom is still alive, but it doesn't have much flex left. So, no, Tilt will take another one, it looks like. And without significant losses either.
Phasagon goes down. I think the Phasagons are getting very confused about what to attack.
Yeah, they weren't quite aggressive enough. But, I mean, the problem is with so much missile suppression, even an aggressive ship is going to be nervous is the thing. The Doom is still alive somehow, I think because it's spent all its time sitting over here just throwing mines.
Grand Salvo again, but not doing anything.
Oh, nice hurricane dodge at least.
Yep. Well, it has to do that, it's not.
Doesn't have the flex to do it again though.
Nope, you have to keep that.
I'm tilting in my seat. Is that FTL music? It's by the same guy. The dude who did FTL music has also done like lots of just random albums of video gamey music. And I find that they're all really good.
I forgot his name, but yeah.
Ben Prunty.
Yeah.
Very nice. Poor Doom is trying to mine the fighters that are harassing it.
I don't think it has anything else to hit them with, really.
It doesn't. It has AMBs. Well, that's another one for Tilts.
Yep. Killed by a Talon.
He lost an Enforcer this time, slightly more DP than he's been losing.
Gee.
Alright. The next one is Tilt versus Donation Box, though. Let me set the bet.
And now I think once you've seen Metal and Ram's fleet next match, you'll see all the fleet.
Yeah. I'm going to make the betting slightly less lengthy this time because we already know who these fleets are.
Copy of which will win.
Yes, I'm being lazy. So Donation hasn't been doing poorly, and that this thing here could do a lot of damage if it makes the right moves. Having said that, Tilt has like 90% of the vote, so...
Well, she's proven that the fleet can do work, so...
Yep. Let's take a look.
Burnt Pie is going all in on Tilt now. I'm also going all in on Tilt as well.
We do have some very heavy hull and armor values on Donation Box's side. Along with safety overrides, they could get in and just take things apart, but they'd have to get in first, which has been a sticking point. Although this creep here is certainly going for it. Look at that. Right in the Enforcer's face.
Wasted the first Reaper. Oh, so many missiles. There are so many missiles.
A couple of Chihuahuas already dead. Not a big surprise.
Cockroach is taking damage. Oh, it goes down.
The XX is here. A Spade is dead, as usual.
That Spade should be renamed into Tech, not Shame.
The XX is threatening this pirate venture, though.
Both Spades are down.
Both
Definitely
Spades are
Tech, not
down.
Shame.
So that's at least 2 DP lost.
Enough to change it to 99%.
The XX is taking a fair amount of damage because it's the only target at the moment. The Paragon over here is trying to do some work, though. The XX has lost the carrier module. Not great.
So many missiles, the AI panic.
Yeah, the AI problems from just being scared of all the missiles is certainly working in Tilt's favor. Oh, the XX is charging. Not sure how good of an idea that is. Oh, it just wants that Buffalo dead, that's all it wants.
No.
Not gonna succeed.
Get it done. Paragon goes down.
Oh, Paragon's down? I should have been watching. Poor thing.
Yep.
Monitor's down.
Monitor not the last to die. That often happens.
What are the Long Boys? Adventures. They are sort of civilian capitals, but they've got a few missile slots that he's using for Nexuses. And they're a little maneuverable, which helps. Grand Salvo that missed a Roach King, it looks like. Condor down, XX down. So this is not going to be the fleet to oust Tilt, unfortunately.
No, her missiles are just too good. Has the Grand Salvo actually been used for any effect? Because a lot of the time I see the Grand Salvo, it's been like, off screen and I can't tell if it's actually hit anything.
I don't think the problem is so much the Nexus missile itself as just the fact that it's one of the few good auto-loading missiles and Tilt put it on everything. I don't know though, we'll see. Yui spent a lot of time trying to balance the missile before the tournament happened. So I think it's just the HMI Junkers left at this point.
Potentially.
Got a Roach King coming up on the Wagner here. And then taking a couple Hurricanes.
I think it's only been the Spade so far as well, haven't they?
Unfortunately, Grand Salvo is friendly fire, so that's not going to help. It didn't used to be. Back when I first used it in the drill tournament, I was going to use a Doberman, but it would continually Grand Salvo right into the arse of friendly ships.
Why? It should though. There's no reason why it shouldn't.
Basically because apparently there was a lot of trouble with getting the AI to recognize, hey, don't use this on your friends, partially because of how long it lasts. I don't really mind since it's already kind of a difficult weapon to use, but...
Like AD should be able to, I'm going to the files and changing it to be friendly fire on again, because it's just... It's more amusing if it's friendly fire on, especially in a tournament setting.
Granted, unless you're the one for whom it's happening.
You put it in the fleet, you knew it was there.
Alright, next one I think is our first look at Metal and Ramirez. Yep.
Yep.
Their fleet is extreme defense, extreme range, so let's take a look. First off, we have an equality again. This time with a lot of time spent on range, as well as a maximized shield. some Nexus launchers, and then Eradicator assault lasers and heavy arc emitters. These things are basically like EMP emitters converted into point defense. They're really cool. We have an adjudicator with Guardian rail cannons and Steerix drivers, so very long range, again, along with the little Seth drones that I think are so adorable. We have an Onslaught with Aegis Flax, Hephaestus, Annihilators, Hypervelocity, sort of a normal build.
Yeah, that's
We have
that is a recognizable one.
Some more Chihuahuas, this time with Guardians. We have a Vortex, and these are noteworthy because they're carrying the Falx, which is an 8,000 range fighter, and the Vic Viper Super Fighter, which is an 8,000 range fighter with an entropy amplifier and phase lances. It's a 35 OP wing, and you only get one, but it's very strong. And then we have a Dunsaith, which has 4 of these HEX heavy cannons, which is, I don't know if you saw in the recent update that you can have like hybrid weapons now.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I've been told that this Dunsaith has an insane range, so we'll see. Oh, also it's got a Swordbreaker back here, which is probably the best point defense you can get. And then an Astral with longbows, cobras, and tridents.
Gotta get those sabers in somewhere.
Yep. And then, yeah, the Onslaught's armor value is nearly 4,000.
Battleslock's saying you didn't update the variant.
I didn't what? Did I do something wrong, Metal? I'm pretty sure I'm using the files you last gave me. Remember the Dunsaith? Yes, what about it? I swapped it. Let me check my messages. It should have Arsenal Clock. Did I really forget to do that? In 3 Aegis. Don't restart the game though, please.
Shouldn't have to.
I'm begging you. You can do it without restarting? Yeah, I think I can. Give me 1 second. Hold on. File replaced. Did that reload it? That did not reload it.
I think you have to leave the... Go back to main menu, I think. Go back to main menu, you go back in from there, I think that does it.
Let's hope. No, it did not.
Huh.
Isn't there some sort of hotkey for resetting?
I thought I was going back to main menu and doing it from there. Maybe leave the mission. Yeah, pick another mission. And back again.
Dev mode and F8 reload. I'm not in dev mode, unfortunately. Go to the benchmark mission. Where's the benchmark mission? That dev mode's you. This mission automatically... Oh, okay. And then F8 you said? I'll let you know when Starsector stops freezing because I hit F8. It's reloading all that, yeah. In the meantime, my music appears to have stopped. Why has it done that? Because YouTube's asking me if I'm still watching. Thanks!
Well, are you?
Theoretically. This may have been a really elaborate way to restart the game. It's an ill F8 indeed. I could have done a manual refit, yes. I have been sent a screenshot, so if nothing else, I can use that. But I'll let it reload here for now. I do apologize, Metal. I thought I had caught that. Clearly, I had not. It seems to be, however, fixed now. So,
yay.
Let's go see if it worked.
Before it didn't.
It did.
Yay.
Okay, so he made an adjustment, switched this out for a Richardson cannon, which is sort of like a Mega Thumper. Yeah. Alright, now we get to start after the bet. Did I not pick the winner for last time? It was Tilt.
Double spade again.
I'm sorry?
Double spade again.
Ah, yes. Alright, this one is Astral versus, let's just say Metal. I know Ramirez is in it too, but I need the commands to be small. There we go.
That's not copy of, copy of, copy of.
I almost did, but then I decided I needed to delete it. So what we have here, from what I understand, this is an extremely long-ranged fleet, which may not matter against a phase fleet. I mean, they'll certainly be able to start shooting at them earlier, but the phase can close distance, right? On the other hand, it also means the phase ships can't disengage very easily.
I know that's not happening for a while yet, but my brain's immediately thinking forward about what does this fleet do against Tilt's fleet? That's my brain's immediately like, new fleet? Okay, how does this work against Tilt's fleet?
I mean, they'll probably be able to fight from range. Certainly this fleet has the most range of any fleet in my tests, right? But I don't know if that'll be enough to deal with the fact that the ships are nervous about being suppressed by missiles. I'm curious whether it will or not. And I don't have a way to...
Interesting, like a lot of tournaments end up being like just hot tests for what the AI does.
Admittedly, yes. And unfortunately, we can't exactly give that to Alex and then say, fix this, because a lot of it is more core problems. A lot of it has to do with the fact the AI just doesn't ever think ahead. Because that would be a lot of work. Alright, bets are sort of in Astral's favor. Let's see how this goes.
Looks like the case, yes.
I am excited to see how long-range this Dunsaith is, so let's keep an eye on it. I'll zoom out for now. That long-ranged!
That is long. That is quite far.
Those cannons hurt too, so that's probably a fair bit of armor the phase gun is missing already.
Check.
The Leonberger is getting itself into trouble, but it's also causing problems, so... Ooh. Oh, that's too many bombs right in its face, though. Leonberger is out. Didn't even kill the Vortex. The Vortex had its shields up. Oh, an Adjudicator lost, though. It was too far out there for some reason.
Yeah.
Those long-range cannons from the Saith are preventing the phase ships from getting away at all, though. Harbinger down. Some very long-range punches right into the Aristeas.
Oh, ho, ho. It is nice to see those shots from range.
Look at that! That is beautiful.
Just a couple more. Just a couple more.
Alright, it does have limits. Plus, I think the HEX cannons aren't fire over, so it does need its friends to not be in the way. Onslaught is dueling the Phasagon. Both of them are quite high flux, but the Dunsaith sneaks in a Hex shot in, along with a couple on the Doom. The other Phasagon is distracted with an Adjudicator and the Astral. Pay a little attention to this for a minute. Ow! Phasagon's dead.
Yep.
Chihuahua somewhere has died. Bombing run imminent on this Phasagon. It has the flux to dodge it. Oh right, it's not in phase. That's an it replaced it with accelerators. That's why those are taking so much damage. Hex is right if the Harbinger's arse. This is a win for the Extreme Range fleet.
That is a long range.
Here's a close look at that Vic Superfighter. The Doom is managing to avoid them, sort of.
Yeah, it can't stay in flux forever. In phase forever.
Nope. And killed by the Hex shots. That leaves us this Harbinger, I think. Which is being harassed by a Chihuahua, and then a Hex shot straight to the Gob. Metal and Ramirez only lost an Adjudicator. So, 15 DP lost, but otherwise, very solid win. Good job, you two. The bets were exactly 50-50.
That happens.
The next fleet we have is Astral Tor and his phase Screwery versus Yui, who has yet to secure a win.
No, it's Alien Space Cup.
What? Oh, it's ASK versus... I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong thing. So let me set that. The bets are going to be 1 minute long from here out because we all know what the fleets are. And to save time because I'm not talking about the fleets. I'm not sure...
Yeah.
The ramming maneuver won't really help Yui in this case. The missile suppression might. She has a fair amount of it.
You ram into the lurkers.
Yeah, the lurkers can teleport away when they get in trouble, though. Or teleport in to cause trouble. A lot of the question, I think, will be on what this Leonberger does, though. The Leonberger could very easily get itself in front of one of the mitigators and take a lot of Reapers to the face very quickly. Or it could snipe off the rest of the fleet and get behind things. So some of this is going to depend on how well the AI handles the phase ships. The bets are in Yui's favor. Let's see. Lurkers teleported to the center, of course.
Again, hitting each other and getting stuck in each other, as they do.
The Lamprey and the Shunters are first up, of course, which results in immediate Lamprey death.
How much health does Lampley have?
They don't have much.
Hunter goes down.
Mitigator tries to ram a lurker. The lurker moves away. Leonberger rescues the mitigator. Coletless rams.
That's not Leonberger. That's
Gronendale, sorry.
Yeah.
Rather chaotic fight at the moment, but it looks like it's sort of going against Yui. It's hard to tell.
Probably one of the better. It's probably one of the better matched fights we've seen before.
Leonberger is in front of a mitigator and takes Reapers to the face.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Although it didn't seem to take much damage.
It's lost all the armor off the front. It'll start taking hull from here out. A very chaotic fight this so far.
A lot of shoving around, yeah. A lot of pushing and pulling.
Yeah, that's the thing about ASK's fleet. It's extremely disruptive. This poor Gronendale is getting victimized. It's not long for this world, I don't think. Nope.
No, I fucked.
Poor thing.
Ooh.
And since they haven't got a serious kill on ASK, that might just mean the mitigators get picked off from here. Oh. Oh! That's disappointing.
Oh. At least they hit something.
It did hit something, but the something didn't even explode satisfactorily.
I know. It's sad. Let's try to look at the bright side.
No, ASK's fleet was too mobile and too disruptive for this to work.
Spade died.
Leonberger technically allowed the mitigator to live longer there, sending it away from the October's strategic missiles, which are still going.
You.
So never mind.
That's okay, there we go. That's pretty good tracking in that missile, but the Aegis took it out. The Leonberger has the health regen stuff.
Leonberger takes some more Reapers to the face. Why not? Mitigator goes for a ram. Not sure what it's trying to accomplish.
Getting out of the way, that's the missile salvo was what it did. Not much effect, fair enough, but still.
Poor thing.
This is being bullied now.
Is there something left? Oh, the Coletless kills in October!
Hey!
Hello! Didn't know you were still alive! Or October. The Octobers are the weakest fleet parts of ASK's fleet. They're supposed to just stay back and fire those strategic missiles. Oh, the Coletless has like no hull left. That must have taken everything it had to do that. It's heckin' Charles! So we do have 5, 6, 7, 75, 83?
4. No. 4. 3. Sorry, I can't count.
Yeah, 83. 83 lost on ASK's side, but ASK did win. So nearly a third of his score taken away, but he did take home the victory here. Which means the next one is Metal's Extreme Defense Extreme Range versus gonna lose first round. With that X that's been doing so well. Well, sort of so well. I don't count Tilt's fleet. Alright. So for this one I need... that's not how you spell donation.
Is it not?
I spelled it like dibba because I wasn't looking at my fingers.
People know what you mean.
Probably. The issue with Yui's fleet might be that the capital's escort can't really keep up and the escorts get picked off early. That does seem like it's the problem. Are there any fleets we haven't seen yet? Nope, at this point we've seen them all, and it's just making sure everybody gets to fight each other. So, Metal has won his first fight, and the Dunsaith made for a very impressive show, with how far those cannons reach. This side has a Dreadnought with a burn drive, a Paragon, and a bunch of safety overrides, so they can close the distance though, and that might be a problem for Ramirez and Metal.
Yeah. Can they stop them before they get that close?
I say, Metal has 90% of the vote. Let's see how this goes.
Confidence.
Because in fairness, Metal also invested in some super fighters and an Equality as an anchor. Not to mention the Astral. So despite the extreme range part of his fleet, it's not as though he can't handle getting up close to a certain degree. Not quite dead. A lot of ordnance that creep took, and it is not dead yet. Chihuahua is, though.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think both sides are employing Chihuahuas here. Now the creep's dead.
Okay. What can you do versus the Dante?
The I'm fucking invincible is dead.
It lied to you. It lied to you.
Yep. The Apache X is getting some pressure, but isn't really doing anything. It has very weak engines overall because of how massive it is the problem. Which is why it needs that burn drive.
Yeah. It's coming closer.
Yep. It's laying down fire on the... Ooh, that vortex might be dead. If the Apache could get a little more fire on it. About a third hole. The Apache is taking a lot of damage though from the Eradicator lasers on the Equality.
Vortex stays alive.
Vortex is alive. Metal's Onslaught is having an interesting duel with their Paragon.
That's the best about to lose metal weapons module. If it hasn't already.
Yeah, it did lose the main weapons module. Not that that's stopping it from bullying that Adjudicator. Yep, Adjudicator down. The Dunsaith is just pounding into it. The Dunsaith can't really do any better at close range than it does at long, though. It's still relying on those Hex Cannons.
But the...
Bombing run from the Astral on it, though.
Yeah. Like, I can't really turn around fast enough.
The Onslaught, though, is losing to the Paragon. Which is a problem for Metal. Panzer X gets another module taken off. Not sure what it's shooting at. Oh, it's distracted by a Chihuahua.
By one Chihuahua. It looks like 3 for a second there. Because of course it's a 3.
The Apache is down.
Yeah,
The intervention of the Equality is preventing the Onslaught from dying. Sort of. It's still within range.
It's gonna go down real soon.
Onslaught is down. So that it's down to the carriers, the Equality, and the Dunsaith. And the Paragon is overloaded.
Yeah.
And there it goes.
So
okay,
it's
so
not
this
too
will
bad.
be a win for Metal, it looks like. Oh, nice double kill by the Saith there. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. Double tracking the Condor and the Doom at the same time.
Very impressive. Yep. I was just waiting to see if it was going to be the fighter or the missiles that killed it. And there goes the monitor at the very end. The onslaught did die, but it held out for so long that the rest of the fleet was able to do its job. Total loss of 57 DP, but still a win for metal. Which is, I suppose, not surprising considering he had 90% of the bet.
How quickly you forget that Ram is there as well.
Yeah, and Ramirez, I'm sorry. The next one is Astral Tour versus ASK, which means we have Phase Fuckery versus Phase Fuckery. So, I'm actually really interested to see what the bets will say about this one. Because they're both screwing with phase ships, but in very different ways. ASK's is probably...
Bird Pie tries to go all in on Phase Fuckery.
Yeah. ASK is using a weirder strategy, whereas Astral Tours is more, I think, traditional. Astral Tour is also a bit wider. Well,
again, it's the wide, tall thing. If tall manages to thin wide down, tall wins. If tall doesn't manage to do that, wide wins.
Astral Tour also technically has a ship that isn't phase. So maybe that disqualifies him. I mean, the Chihuahuas are... Their system isn't a phase cloak exactly. It's clone creation. Arguable whether that counts as phase.
And as we're just taking spades as phase at this point.
I'll ask Vera for a phase spade. Right. This is certainly going to be interesting. That is a lot of attention to lurkers getting all out of the gate.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
But they'll keep teleporting around, so they're not going to die yet.
Look, it's Chihuahua's down.
This battle might end up all over the map. Chihuahua dead already.
Leonberger on Leonberger.
Yep, but one of them is very clearly losing the battle. Yeah, that Leonberger's almost dead. Leonberger and Harbinger down at the same time.
Yep, double kill.
Looks like ASK might have it. Phase gone and Harbinger down, double kill again. ASK has it.
That was a sympathetic death for one of the Harbinger. Phase gun took down.
This Phasegon is putting up a good fight against the Leonberger, though.
He has to, because otherwise it's insane.
But the fact that it can't phase just means it keeps getting hit by those October missiles, which do insane amounts of damage if they are allowed to hit.
A lot of damage. That Doom's gonna go down. Doom goes down. Harbinger is surrounded by October missiles as well.
Yep.
For a long range, like Reaper damage missile, it has a lot of good tracking.
That
It
was
is not.
nearly a
It
shame.
is not. Nearly a shame the Afflictor went down.
Yep. I didn't expect it to be that one-sided. That was definitely the fastest fight. The fastest, most violent fight. Alright, after that we have Warrior versus Donation Box, I believe. Yes.
Yep.
So this is Warrior's second chance to make beams not be dreams. And he's up against... It's been a while since Donation 1, but it's not a weak fleet.
No. This may be the one that lets the beams not be dreams the best, though.
True. So let's see, Donation. Versus Warrior. Here you go. Warrior dropped the Custodian, sad. Warrior went through many iterations on his fleet before landing on what he has. Certainly, he went heavy on the tachyon lenses, which is going to work well against the unshielded Junkers. And the Apatzet X has very little in the way of shields, which should also make it fairly vulnerable to that.
Yeah, if they get alongside it.
On the other hand, we definitely have tall versus wide again. Here we go.
Let's do this.
Those 4 tachyon lances, whatever those hit first is not going to have a great day.
No.
Unless it's a Chihuahua, in which case it's, yep, going to miss a bunch. An immediate death for the Skola. A bit sad. But yep, the tachyons are ripping across the Junker hulls. Rather brutally, there goes a creep.
It's 4 tachyon lances.
And they are outranging the Paragon. And the poor Doom has nowhere to go because beams.
AC beams as well, keep them on there.
Yep, there goes the Doom. This equality is out of flux though, and is in front of the Apatzet X. And a Roach King for that matter. Polder's going to go down here soon too. And here comes the X.
It has left an entire flank open. If the Paragon on the right turns around, just point high-intensity lasers with the entire available side.
Yeah, but it's distracted with the enemy Paragon and some Junkers.
Yeah, what it should be doing is going to be back there.
The safety overridden Junkers are doing a good job of being a threatening distraction. They're not weak, so they're not like, you know, only distraction. But they do have to be dealt with. Unfortunately, it looks like Warrior's fleet is a little surrounded.
Right. This could work out well if the... There you go. Starting to paint some of those pack lances on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, it could start trimming down the Apatzet X. Their Paragon is losing to the enemy Paragon, though.
Yeah, the both Paragons do better.
Yeah, the Paragons are going to go... Oh! That explosion took off most of the Apatzet's armor, though.
Yeah, both front modules are down. Both front modules are down. However, I think we're down to...
Junker Hull making a very questionable decision. Cockroach, I think? Yep. The enemy Paragon is backing off for some reason, which isn't what it should be doing.
Yeah, but the AI does that. The AI backs off at really weird moments.
The Apatzet has lost most of its offensive power, but it still has a hypervelocity cannon and those twin thermals, which are a fair threat.
Yeah. Again, those... Aggressiveness is the name of the game here. They've got to get in here and kill that thing.
They really need to kill the Apatzet before the Paragon decides to come back.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Roach King back here for some reason as well. Why are you missing your hole or something? Hello? Why can't I mouse over you?
Because it's not technically within range of any of the active players.
Good.
That's why. It's technically in the fog of war.
The Apatsid's getting closer, which is...
It's also there's an interesting bug there. Because of the size of the Apatsid, at max range, firing at center mass, it's gonna have range issues because it'll stop just shy of where the thermal pulse cannons are.
Yep.
Because the game can't take that into account. The AI doesn't get that taken into account. So if it fires at max range, dead center, it will be outranged.
And the equality's being blocked by the dead module that hasn't detached as well. And the Paragon's here.
It's literally carrying a massive chunk of armor on its left arm.
Yep.
Of armor that literally will not die for a long time. That is better than actual armor.
It is doing a lot of damage to the Apatsid, but it can't deal with it and the Paragon at the same time.
It's backing away though. It's gonna have range issues again.
The Spire is not being aggressive enough. It needs to help.
Yeah.
Those Kanjalis aren't going to distract the Paragon for very long.
No, Paragon has no other threats. It's literally using his tactical lance.
The Apatsid doesn't have a massive amount of hull left.
That's enough, I think. Tech lance is being blue, but so much to tell me about it. I had the opposite effect.
Quality went into Super Cruise mode, assumedly
I
to close
can't
the
play
distance.
Starsector without light show anymore. It's too weird.
Wait, what color are the tech lances normally? I don't think I've ever played without light show.
I think they're green.
Really? Why?
Because without light show, color doesn't matter.
Well, the Apatsid is dead.
Yeah. This is actually the purple. You see, I don't even know. I don't even know what color they are. That's the I never play without light shield.
The Roach King is back, and it does have full hull. Don't know why it stayed away. It is getting pretty... Yeah, the Roach King's dead. This is one of the closer fights we've had.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the closest so far.
50. Yeah, both fleets are below 50, within 2% of each other at the moment. Never mind, 5% of each other. That Paragon is going to be arriving for a long time.
Yeah, if the Paragon is going to take out the equality, and then it'll be a matter of time before the Spire's out, I think. Although the Paragon is at quite high flux, it's not impossible to turn it around.
Tech lances are purple without light show. Tech lances are purple with light show.
Please stop tacking the monitor, you need to tack the Paragon.
I swear the monitor has something in its file that says things target me first, please. Because given how much threat a monitor poses, they are disproportionately targeted, which is the entire job of a monitor. Fair, but it's still odd.
I think it's possibly because, right, it's a frigate, so the big ship thinks, oh, I can kill this quickly. Let me just aim some of my big weapons at it for half a second. It'll die.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's that.
Which would ordinarily make sense, but not with a monitor. I think maybe it's like normal stuff, but we just don't notice when it's a normal frigate that can get taken out quickly.
Attack lasers are green, gravitons are blue, light blue, ion beams are different blue. High intensity lasers being blue is just weird to me. That's just wrong. That's wrong on so many levels.
I can't imagine a hill being blue.
Alright? That is so wrong.
That was really close.
Yeah, that was
I actually
good.
need to count. 140, 156, 75, 8, 16, 24, 36, 38, 40, 42, 182, 202, 217?
Sorry, can you imagine that? That's 75, 175, 181 plus 32. Something 3.
Paragon is 60, 10, 80, 86.
Oh, so-
So he still has 86. 213 is how much he lost? That sounds right, Pies.
Yeah. And he was a 3 at the end. Yeah, has 13. Yeah.
Bet everything I had in my match. In
Yeah, what if
fairness
all-
to you,
all-
Warrior, that was the closest fight we've had. I missed the other boulder. I only just now noticed that. Alright. That was actually really nice. I like that. Alright, who do we have next? I think it's, we just had Warrior versus the Nation. We have another tilt fight next. This time versus ASK, which...
We are 2 matches away from the halfway point of round 1.
Alright.
We have it's Ask versus Tilt next, then it's Metal and Ram.
This is going to be interesting. Both these fleets, I believe, are undefeated so far. I think ASK has won every... ASK has won every... Yeah, so far.
Yes, I think, well, again, ASK has had way less chances to show off compared to Tilt, but yes, technically they're both undefeated so far.
ASK's fleet is so screwy. It could work.
It's so crazy, it just might work. You say that, and all the betting goes to ASK.
Yeah, ASK. The bets are in ASK's favor. I think because people want him to win. Her. Him? I don't know, actually. Them. It.
They. God's sake.
Alright, bets are actually kind of 50-50 at this point. Let's see.
Okay. Ah, those lurkers.
Matsar missiles pink harmlessly off the Doberman shields.
Yep. Here they come. All the missiles ever.
ASK's ships have to get in there and get kills. They have to reduce the pressure. Oh, Spectre's dead.
Whee!
A Spade's dead. Not a surprise.
Not a surprise.
Another Spectre's dead. Interesting. A Pomeranian is dead.
Whoa, hold on, what is this? Tilt has not lost this match so far.
I can tell from combat chatter that ASK's side is taking damage. Flare's dead, but so far the deaths, the actual deaths, Enforcer down, are on Tilt side. Another Enforcer down. Another Enforcer down.
Damn. It's going quick.
I mean, that's what ASK's fleet has to do and what it's built to do. Pomeranian down. The
Half
Pomeranians
the
especially are
modules-
good to take out because that's 3 heavy launchers and a mine teleporter.
Half the Doberman's modules are down.
Oh, wow, you're right. I wasn't even... ASK did lose his Afflictor, though.
Oh no! Afflictor.
2 of the Buffaloes are down. The October's down on ASK's side. That's not very good. Those strategic missiles are very powerful. Looks like the Lurker's gonna kill that Buffalo. Or try to. Remains to be seen.
What happened?
Another Pomeranian is out.
Not sodium.
Enforcer down. Pretty much all the small things have been pruned at this point. Now they've got to get to work on the cruisers. Pirate Ventures, the Wagner. Never mind, the Wagner's dead. Pomeranian down. This Pirate Venture is getting bullied hard. And is probably about done. The other October is dead, though. That's bad.
Yeah.
That Pirate Venture is definitely out, though.
Yeah, but the Lurker just keeps hitting.
And with every ship lost, Tilt is losing a lot of missile pressure.
Yeah. Someone pointed out early on, I don't remember it was. Big being mentioned, this is where the Tilt fleets fall apart, because the actual ships aren't that great, it's the missiles that are carrying it. So the more missiles you lose.
Buffalo down. They are taking damage, ASK's side. It may not be a win, Buffalo down, but they'll definitely have taken the biggest chunk out of Tilt so far.
Will they leave anything other than the capitals up, though?
Let's see, there's a Spectre, there's a Pirate Venture, there's a Flare, both Adventurers are still up, and the Doberman. Never mind, the Flare's dead.
We've got CR problems now.
Yeah, he did overwrite his fleet a fair bit. Some of the hull mods he's using, I believe, have CR penalties. That Spectre is probably about to die. Doesn't have the flux to keep living. That was a fascinating explosion, and the Doberman doesn't really have hull left.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, lost another module as well.
It's probably been taking incidental damage this whole time after losing the shield modules. Doberman down. That leaves the Adventurers, one of which is on its way to dying. Tilt's gonna lose.
My god.
All that's left are the Adventurers and a Pirate Venture, I think?
Yep, I think that's all I can see.
Which Leonberger is cuddling.
That's good.
That Lurker has no hull left. If anything hits it, it will die.
Come on, other Lurker, teleport next to it.
And there it goes. So ASK has lost a fair amount of his DP to do this, but it does look like he's going to beat Tilt. One of the Dukes died.
Alright, Ventures overloaded.
Looks like the Dukes are completely out of CR. Yeah, another Duke is gone.
Yeah, there was 0 CR.
Don't count out those Adventurers. Yeah. They're not weak. And the Leonberger is out of armor, and that Lurker doesn't have a lot of hull left.
Are we down to just the Leonberger and the Lurker now then?
Venture P down.
Yeah,
It's this Leonberger and this Lurker versus the two Adventurers. It looks like.
How are they doing stat-wise?
This Lurker has no hull left. The Leonberger is mostly intact.
That Lurker just abandoned its friend. Is now hit on both sides.
2 caps versus 2 cruisers pretending to be caps. The Lurker keeps teleporting away as soon as and it just died to itself.
Well then.
It is a Leonberger versus 2 Adventurers. Tilt might still end up winning this.
It kept teleporting out to the right. I wonder if that's the same bug that the Karkinos has.
Oh, this adventure has almost no hull left. So that would actually be a good thing for the Leonberger to pay attention to this one instead.
It also has Karkinos syndrome, yeah. Have we ever figured out what that actually is then? What causes that?
Karkinos syndrome?
Where sometimes something that can just teleports way out to the right for no reason.
Oh, no idea.
That's what that Lurker was doing. They had no reason to teleport way out to the right. It was just whenever it was teleporting off cooldown as far right as it could. It doesn't seem like the Leonberger has anything to hit it with though.
The Leonberger has a Hellbore, it's just not firing it much. I mean, there, it took a shot there. Oh, ramming maneuver. Overloaded the adventure. Fire the Hellbore, come on! Not the Ardent! That's not going to help you.
The Hellbore kind of seems to be going offline a lot of the time as well.
It got one shot in. Another ramming maneuver and another overload.
Something keeps turning all its weapons off. Although kind of disabled again. Is there a ship system on the Alexander that keeps turning off the weapons?
No, it's probably just the, I think they've got longbow bombers. And it's taking direct hull damage to the weapons every time something happens. Adventurer down?
That this, okay, I was concerned that the explosion would have done a lot of serious damage to the Leonberger there.
The Leonberger was fitted with a lot of hull and armor as well as regeneration. I don't think the Adventurer has the sheer power to kill it, but we'll see. It might end up being a sort of a CR fight. Yeah, the Hellbore is disabled at the moment. There it goes.
It gets disabled a lot. Go back up line. And the Leonberger's fast enough to just stay on the rear, so which means you're not going to see the front cannons firing. I think because of the regeneration as well, I don't think that the Alexander can do this at all. Too much regeneration.
The thing is, the regeneration drops sharply once CR starts to go. So it'll be a matter of which of these capitals has better peak performance time. It looks like the Adventurer's just lost its, and the Leonberger is still going. So the Leonberger should be able to win.
Is the Leonberger just out of like missiles or something? Because it feels like it's got not many weapons at all.
It has a couple of Typhoons on it, but I'm going to assume it used them all.
Yeah, there you go. They're out of missiles.
Should I engage the speed up? I know that screws with the AI a bit, but we do only have 2 ships here.
Yeah, I think it's a foregone conclusion at this point. Are we expecting the Lieutenant to win this?
No.
No missiles, 1 Hellbore whenever it's available.
Leonberger has still not run out of peak performance time.
Yeah, 56%. Was it 56% on the Alexander?
26.
Oh, 26 was a 3, not 5. Yeah, the Adventure's gonna learn a CR. Once those shields are gone.
The magnetic gang system is interesting.
I mean, damn, just calculated correctly at this speed.
Ramming damage is oh, interesting.
Yeah, but I think unless the ramming damage was going to be ending, it was going to kill the Leonberger, I don't think anything was going to be changing.
Yeah, at this point it is sort of foregone. And the Adventurer is at CR0 now, so
yeah.
We'll take a moment to appreciate the end of the reign of Tilt.
We're going to click itself with the speed up. Interesting.
As hard fought as the end of the reign of Tilt was, it has still come. That Ardent... The Ardent cannon seems to explode too far away from the Adventurer to actually do damage. Which, it is supposed to be a point defense gun, so I wonder why it's there.
Yeah, I was looking at I was generally trying to pay attention to some of the weapons I don't know very well. I was looking at what it was doing, and the question was nothing.
Okay. All that was left was the Leonberger.
Enjoy your maths.
Which I DP adjusted the Leonberger, so it'd actually be easier for me to look at what the Leonberger... Oh, I didn't. Never mind. So the Leonberger's value is 104, so He has 2...
Technically a CR win. Yeah, it's technically a CR win.
So what, 296 is how much he lost? No, not 296.
Well, Tilt, she lost the entire fleet, so... The 292, was that? I think
Out of 300, 200, 196. 196 is how much I believe ASK should have lost there.
35, 35, 70. 130, 160, plus 90, 250, 258. 248, sorry.
Or wait, no. I have to account for... Right, because that's plus 52, so not as much. Lost 248. No, ASK is right.
Yeah, 248.
How much armor on the adventurers? Armor value 3,500 about. That was really close, but we finally have a tilt loss. And interestingly, the bets were exactly half. Whew.
The bets were half, but the pot was actually in ASK's favor.
Was it? Alright, that's... I think we only have one more match to go to the halfway point. Is that right?
Yes, this is the last match before the halfway point.
Alright, and then I guess the question is how much more time you have. We could try to do the other matches, or we could not.
Well, it's going to be midnight for me now, I think.
Alright, so probably we stop after the first half here. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright, one last tilt match, this time up against Metal's fleet, which also has yet to lose, I believe.
Metal Ramirez...
Metal Ramirez, right.
Has Metal Ramirez lost? Well, no, but they've only had 2 matches so far.
That's true.
Again, because Tilt wanted all her matches earlier on, ASK, that was only ASK's fourth match, and this is going to be Metal Ramirez's 3rd match.
I don't know if extreme range is going to be useful enough for them.
We'll find out. We'll have to see. This is the matchup I was looking at like 8 matches ago when we first saw the extreme defense, extreme range fleet. So I'm kind of interested to see how it works out. Again, it'll have to be the can you pop the ships quick enough?
Yeah.
That's always the thing you have to say is can they pop the ships quick enough?
That's going to be the thing. The quicker they reduce Tilt's missile pressure, the better.
Because I think the last match, the ASK Tilt match, the Dukes going around killing Spectres and Buffaloes was really good. That helped a lot to just reduce missile pressure.
Absolutely. And the Pomeranians. The Pomeranians have 3 of the medium-sized launchers and a mine teleporter system. They don't have shields. They can't. But they are one of the problems. Alright. The bets are in Tilt's favor, but not as dramatically. As usual. Let's see how this goes. We do have Aegis flak systems on the capitals, which are very heavy point defense. That might help. This is the last Tilt showing, so the second half of the first ring will not feature Tilt at all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? No, there's no right, Robin, isn't it?
And there's an Enforcer down, so that's 4 miniature launchers down. Small size, rather. The Vic Viper fighters aren't seeing a whole lot of resistance because of the lack of point defense on Tilt's side, and the problem is those are super fighters. So that is an advantage in Metal and Ramirez's favor. And Adjudicator is overloaded, though. Solarized flare down, good. Adjudicator's about to die, though. Pomeranian down due to a snipe by the Saith.
Nice.
Did you see how far away that was? And between a bunch of other ships. Adjudicator down. Oh, another Pomeranian snipe.
Oh, beautiful.
With all 4 cannons. That's kind of overkill.
That is beautiful.
Did lose a Chihuahua, but hey. Where are those ones going? Ow, right into the face of that Spectre. Spectre's a bit too far away to help right now, but I appreciate it nonetheless. The Spectres have hurricanes rather than Nixus launchers.
Yeah.
Another Pomeranian down.
So far, the score is in Metal Slug and Ramirez's favor.
Spade down. Metal Ramirez definitely have the momentum at the moment. But they are redlining in terms of flux.
Yeah. Dunscape needs someone to break some shields here so that the AGX can actually do something.
Yeah, the HEXs are high explosive. Which is fine, because a lot of Tilt's fleet has weak shields, but some of it does not.
Yeah.
And the
If
Doberman...
AGX was not high explosive, if they weren't high explosive, I would sue for misrepresentation, because that'd be evil.
The Doberman, it might kill the Saith here. The Doberman is a pretty tough capital. Adjudicator's down. I think the Doberman is going to kill the Saith.
Yeah, triple Gauss cannons going straight into hull at this point, because they can't really take out the shields.
Yep, there goes the Saith. That's not a good thing. That's bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
And I think it's going to be able to take out the Equality as well.
It takes a little bit longer to get to the shield because it's a high-tech ship, unlike the Dunscape still.
Yeah, the Doberman as a proper... As the one thing keeping Tilt's fleet together is really strong. It was a really good choice. They're being pressed into a little ball.
Yeah, it's the death ball. They are so terrified of being anywhere else. They're grouping up for defense purposes, which does not help anybody. You gotta break out or they'll die.
All the Vortexers are still alive, so those Vic fighters should still be around here somewhere. Dead Spade. Dead Equality. Not a fair trade.
Yeah. It is not. It's in a huge swing.
Vortex down. Astral's taking damage.
Yep. Vortex pretty low as well. In
2
its
Vortexes
face.
down. 3. Astral.
Pathetic death. Yeah.
Nope, it wasn't enough. They did take out more of Tilt's fleet than some of the others, but not enough.
I think we've gotten to 85% before, with different ships dead, but I think we've gotten to 85 before.
It was a really strong start because they managed to snipe most of the Pomeranians, which are an unusual amount of armament for how small they are. But, unfortunately, they didn't have the momentum to keep it up after that, and a lot of it is just because of the Doberman. Just this gun wall brick was a really good option to tie the fleet together. And now they're leaving the onslaught alone? Hello?
We've won, don't need to finish you off. Fine. Yeah, AI does that.
The poor onslaught doesn't look like it knows what to do. I guess it's going after the adventurer, but the rest of the fleet's closing in again. I'm sorry, onslaught.
Oh, that is bad.
getting bullied so hard.
Tilt lost 30, 39, 40, 45 DP.
Yes.
Well then. Alright, so I guess we're stopping here for now?
Yeah, I think so. That's better for me, I think.
Yeah. Oh, lobsters.
Yay, lobsters.
My. I'm going to be interested if the fleets in Ring 2 would have been better matches for Tilt. I don't know.
I can answer that question for you.
No, you can't. I do think that most of the extremely strange strategies did end up concentrated in the first ring. Yeah, ASK, obviously. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
In the meantime, thank you for showing up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you got everything sorted, and I'm sorry your face broke the stream.
I'm sorry you had to spend like an hour and a half just watching me try and get my stuff working.
I'm here for this.
Well, aside from the domination of Tilt, I'm rather pleased with the tournament so far. I do think that Tilt managed to figure out exactly how to break it, unfortunately.
It'll happen. That's one of the reasons the tournaments are held, I think, is just to figure out what needs changing. Yeah.
I don't know what you do with Tilt, though. I mean, I don't know what we learn from his fleet.
Hers. I don't know. Something you gotta decide. I can't really help with that.
Unfortunately, yes.
And also, it's more the fact that banning collapsed cargo hold, people are saying in chat as well.
Oh yeah, collapsed cargo holds. I honestly didn't know that whole mod was in. I don't know which mod adds that. But I will probably have to ban that in future. Why play in the Flux War when you can missiles instead?
And Nixie be strong, and collapsed cargo hold turns mediocre ships into armor bricks.
It's from Vera's ship pack. That's why I didn't check. I didn't know Vera's added whole mods. Yeah,
again, it's one of those things that exists for campaign purposes.
Yeah.
But in a tournament where no one gives a crap about cargo space, or even fuel capacity for that regard.
Yep. If we do a refit round, my adjustments to some obvious oversights on my part is going to weaken Tilt, but I don't know. The core strategy behind his fleet is still really solid. I don't think it'll be weakened enough to not do what it did.
I should remember one of the very first tournaments I had the privilege of casting was like one of the very first ones that they added in. That's what Mikoyan engineering, and that faction was basically gutted during the tournament because it was basically used as a testing for the. I think it's fine to do that. I mean,
yeah,
depends on what the goal for the tournament is.
Yeah,
if you're showcasing non-faction mods, it's totally fine to go. Okay, well, we know we've learned a lot about the stuff today. Finish the round off. Give everyone time to refit, and as long as the rules apply across the board, it's not a problem. Because again, everyone has access to the same stuff here.
My view of a tournament is that while it should be a lot of fun, both to watch and to participate in, it's also a lot about learning.
Absolutely.
I am really pleased with most of that, though, and I'm especially pleased with Warrior versus Donation Box. That was the closest fight we had.
That was a good fight. That was a very good fight.
Very good. And I'm really impressed. Credit to those of you who joined. There are some really interesting displays on... really interesting strategies on display. Like, especially, I love this Saith. I have never seen anything shoot from so far away.
That is a beautiful disguise.
Alright. Well, next time, probably with Miss Laharl, probably Thursday, we'll go through the rest of Ring 1. By then, I'll have completed what the matchups for Ring 2 will look like. And, yeah. The rest of Ring 1 involves not anything involving Tilt at all, because I front-loaded his stuff, because I thought maybe I was going to do this all in one, and that didn't happen. So we'll see a lot more of, like, Astral Tour and Lightning in the second half. I think Lightning only got one match in the first half.
Yes, that is true.
Which is a bit of an oversight on my part. It's a bit mean of me. Alright. Well, it's about time I let you all go, including poor Nemo.
It's fine.
So, I'll see you next time. Love y'all very much. Yeah. Oh, and make sure to check out Nemo's channel. He's better than I am, and actually streams once in a while.
Lies. But yeah, so is it the same time on Thursday for you? Just so
it will probably be the same time on Thursday, yes.
Okay. Cool.
Alright. Bye.
Bye, folks.